Is your company liable if the payroll company you hire does not file or pay any of your company's taxes? I received a comment on one of my YouTube videos from a business owner. I am an independent contractor in Oregon and I am being audited for state income. There are a lot of different reasons in the letter, but the biggest cause for concern is that my payroll company did not file my laborers' 1099s, and now Oregon State is trying to put those monies on me. Can I do anything about this? The short answer, no. I've done several short videos on this topic stating that your company is liable. I'm going to spend a little time on this subject because I do get this often where a company will contact me because they're being audited. And the answer has not changed. But I'm going to give you some tips on how you can protect yourself when using these types of companies to help with your payroll taxes and any other documents that they are required to send out on your behalf. The general rule with the IRS and most states, if not all states, if you hire a company to help you with filing your W-2s, filing your 1099s, filing your income tax statements, and being responsible for submitting the payments on your behalf, and the company that you hire doesn't pay the taxes for whatever reason, the IRS doesn't care. Your company will be held liable for any money that you were supposed to pay. Not only that, if your 1099s, as with this person, if the money is not collected from those subcontractors, your company will also be on the hook for those taxes. They're not going to go after the subcontractors that you were supposed to submit 1099s. The buck stops with you and they're going to come after you for that money. So you're going to have to pay those taxes that your subcontractors didn't pay. You're going to have to pay the taxes that any employees didn't pay if your W-2s were not submitted. You're going to have to pay interest and penalties on that money. So please keep in mind, when you hire these companies, the buck ultimately stops with you. And while I'm on the subject, that also includes wage garnishments. Let's say your company has a court order, it came in the mail, and you are responsible as a company to pay wage garnishments for an employee that works at your company. If you ignore those types of court orders and your company does not submit the payments on those wage garnishments for that employee, at some point, the court is going to come after your company for the full amount of that wage garnishment. Now, here are my suggestions on what your company should do if you elect to hire a payroll company to pay your company's taxes and file its documents. My clients depend on me to file their W-2s, their 1099s, and all of those types of documents, and in some cases, pay the taxes. What you can request as a business owner from any entity that's providing those services, you want to ask for proof that that work has been done. And in my case, when I used the service, I chose to file my clients' taxes and W-2s. That company sends me a confirmation email. And let me show you how that looks on my end. I receive proof from the entity I use that the recipient copies of the tax forms I submitted have been printed and mailed. I can then take this information and send it to my client as proof that the work had been done. Not only that, the service I use also sends me another email. I receive an email from the service I use that shows that the IRS has accepted my electronic filings. So this is something that you as a business owner can request from the entity you choose as proof that they were able to complete that task. Okay, Nina, well, I didn't do any of that, and I'm now being audited by the state or whatever entity is auditing you. Is there anything you can do? There's only one thing I can think of off the top of my head with regard to what can be done in this situation. Keep in mind, I'm not an attorney, but I do read a lot of contracts on behalf of my clients. Within the contract you sign for any type of payroll entity, there may be some type of clause. And that clause can say, we're not liable if we make a mistake. It could say that if we did make a mistake, we will pay any penalties and interest, or we may pay any penalties or interest if it is proven that the mistake was our fault. The best thing you can do in this situation is read the agreement that you signed to see what liability that payroll entity will be willing to accept. At the end of the day, when you hire anyone to do anything on behalf of your company, documented proof from a third-party entity is the best way you can protect your company and ensure that the work has been done. Also, a lot of these payroll companies have reports, and they have documents that they send you as proof that they've done their part of the job. So if you're not getting any type of information from the payroll entity that you hire, that's a red flag. And that's when you have to stop and start asking questions to make sure you've performed your due diligence as a leader, as a business owner, to make sure that the tasks have been completed. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below, and please share this video. If you found this video useful, share the knowledge with someone else. Thanks for watching. If you want to know more about business operations, business management, human resources, and other topics related to running a business, click on one of those play links. Click on one of these click on the playlist.
One eternity later.
Click on one of these playlists. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe.